Right. Good evening. Welcome, everyone. Day number 12 and life number 12. And surprise, surprise, we're talking about money again. I don't know if you've had a chance to look through the previous 11 videos. It will not take you long because they are roughly about 10 minutes long. Some not even that long. So let me know when you work through them and how it feels and if you're actually getting something out of it. Because obviously that's the point. That's why I'm doing it, to make sure that you can improve your relationship with money, you can get better with money, and as a result, you can have more money. That's what we all want, isn't it? So today we're talking about, again, something that probably when you read the title of this life, you might be thinking, what is she on about? And you know how I talk about money. I talk a lot about how your money mindset developed as a child and how you inherited a lot of things as a child when it comes to money, and a lot of beliefs, a lot of things that you do about money, do with money, and talk about money. A lot of this comes from your childhood, from the way your parents behaved, the way the environment behaved, the society you were in behaved. And again, nothing to be ashamed of. It's not fault of anyone. Your mom and dad probably didn't know any better, so they were doing whatever they could without realizing the impact it had on you. And remember this, that when you go back 20 years ago, no one was talking about money mindset. No one was talking about getting better with their money. People just were cracking on, doing their job, getting on with their lives. And when I even try to talk to my mom and mention to her money mindset, she looks at me like like my face is green and I'm all green and I come from a different planet, basically, because this is not something they are used to. They've never ever thought about it. They've never spoken about it. It's something different, something new for them. So it's very hard. They had no option and they had no power over how they influenced our money relationship because they just didn't know. Right, going back to the point I'm trying to make today. Allowing yourself to have more money. It's very much something that people don't really understand because it is against what they believe. People think, and we seem to think, that if we want money, we're always allowing ourselves to have more money, right? This is kind of quite normal, but actually it's not. And again, I want you to pay attention to what you're doing, how you're behaving with money. And actually, what would be quite good is to check how your kids behave with money if you've got kids, because the way they behave with money will be the way you taught them to behave with money, if that makes sense. So you can do a test. The test would be, give your child £5 and get them to buy something for you in a shop and tell them they can spend the rest. They can spend money and buy something for themselves. And I did this test a few times with my own daughter and some other kids. And what it shows is that most of the kids who are raised with parents who are not really good with managing money, they go to the shop, they will buy whatever they were meant to buy, a loaf of bread, for example, and they will spend everything else. So they will spend the remaining £4 on themselves. And they will actually do the math so well in their head that they are left with a penny or 2 pence. So they are left with such a small change that they cannot spend it on anything. It's just there's nothing else that they can buy. And that's quite normal. That is very, very normal. When I give my daughter £5 and ask her to go and buy a loaf of bread, she'll buy a loaf of bread and she'll buy one thing for her and she'll bring me the rest back. Because she knows how to deal with money. We've been talking to her for ages now, for years, how to deal with money. She knows how to do it. She knows how money works. And I was the first kid from the example when I was younger. And I had to change it. I had to change my behavior and I had to change my beliefs in order for my daughter to get better beliefs. But I warn you, I would challenge you to do the same. I would challenge you to actually think about yourself. If you go shopping, for example, and give yourself a budget of £100 to spend on yourself, will you spend everything up to a penny, knowing that you probably don't need some of the stuff? I've seen people who had the last £5 in their pocket after a shopping trip, and they would spend it on a coffee, even though they didn't want the coffee at the time, but they couldn't have money in their pocket. It's a subconscious belief. It's something in your head that you don't even know that it exists. You don't even understand how it works, but it's there. So if you see yourself making purchases just to get rid of money, this is when you are not allowing yourself to have money. The same with savings. So if you've got a saving account, you put some money aside to save, and then next month you actually take it back because you are short, or you take it back because you have to for something else. This is you not allowing yourself to have money again. Your money sitting there as a saving makes you feel really uncomfortable because you are not used to saving money. It's very, very common. So if this is you, it's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong about it. You're in a really good company because majority of people are like this. But you need to be aware that this is you and you need to work on it. So the few things that you can do. First of all, you can start and train your brain to have money. So some people will have their bank account cleared to zero every single month because their balance is zero. Right, and they know they can go to zero every month, and they will go to zero every month. If you train your brain that your balance is £10 and you always have to have £10 in your bank account, you will never go below. So you are able to train your brain to create a new zero for yourself. It doesn't have to be £10, it can be £100. You can train your brain to always have £100 and never go below, because you will see the 100 as a zero in your head. I'm hoping it makes sense. You can do the same with savings. So you can train your brain for savings. Even if at the time you don't have any savings, you know you cannot save because something will happen, you can train your brain. So start from a very small sum. Start putting aside £1, and you need to train your brain to forget about it. It's gone, it's saved, forgotten, doesn't exist. You cannot dip into it. Probably best to use two different bank accounts, even two different banks at this stage, because this way you will not see it. It will not be so visible for you. And use it and top it up every single month. And once you're comfortable with saving £10 a month, change the value to £20, change it then to 30, 40, 50, and so on, so you save a lot of money. And you need to be conscious about this. So you need to be thinking, okay, I'm putting this money aside for savings and I'm happy about it. You can use affirmations with this. You can use different methods of, writing it down, showing how much it's worth now, how it grows. It will make you feel better. What you cannot do is you cannot move this money away from the saving account back to your current account. Simple as this. It will not be easy again. It's very simple, but it's not easy. So it's simple to do, just to move money away, but it's not easy to stay away from that bank account if you've not done it before. I believe you can do it. And if you need any help, let me know, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help and have a conversation. And I hope that was useful. So, are you seeing yourself as having bank account balance at a certain, do you have a zero in your bank account every month, or your zero is different than zero, it's £100, for example? Do you not allow yourself to save money? If you don't, there is a time now to change it, to do it properly. And I can guarantee that you've got a goal, you've got something you want to save money for. Now is the time to start saving for it. Okay, I think that's me for today. I'm hoping it was useful. Tomorrow we are talking about power of money and giving power away. Another interesting subject if you're making money, if you've got some money. For now, I'm gonna switch off, and I'm hoping this was useful to someone. Let me know and have a good evening. Thanks. Bye-bye.